range to 12 to 18 inches in the next 72 hours. Feels good. I think we're gonna end up getting it. It looks like 9 miles per hour right till dark, so it should. As long as it stays east, I think we'll, even that's a little bit of a marginal wind for the Kelsey blind. It works. November 29th, Saturday, Aidan and I are set up at the River Bottom Farm overlooking this big bean plot, and it's been snowing for the last 20 or so hours on and off, and we've got more coming. Originally yesterday they were predicting 12 to 18 inches, but it sort of has snowed a lot more around us than right here. We've got, I think 6 inches have fallen and maybe 3 inches have accumulated, so not too much accumulation. But it's supposed to be another 4 or 5 inches tonight. And it's been steady snowing for the last hour after taking a break for a few hours. So I decided to come out, and we skipped this morning's hunt. We came out tonight to sit the food source. And this is the bean plot that's kind of right up against the pinch and the main big peninsula bedding. This is where I shot Kelsey out of this blind here. We did hunt yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful day before the storm hit. High pressure, clear blue skies, frigid cold. And we came and we hunted in the pinch in the morning. The real feel was around 5 degrees. And the movement was very, very slow. We hunted for 3.5 hours, and we had one buck, one 3.5-year-old come through the pinch, and then we saw a few does feeding out in the beans. So a lot slower than what the cameras had showed us the previous morning, where we had multiple shooters on camera at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Last night we went over to the ranch, see a lot of country, ended up seeing 35, 40 deer, 25 to 30 of them were does, and a few of the bucks that we filmed a few times, some 3 and 4-year-olds, some nice deer. We had one deer come to the standing beans, but it was cool to see some of the movement patterns there, and I'm already putting a lot of thought into how I want to set things up next year, but I'm hoping that the split G2 buck will move back into that area of food or come back to the River Bottom Farm, which he's done the last couple of years. Tonight we are hoping to run into Montana. Montana was on camera here Thanksgiving morning, and he's a buck that has spent very little time on the farm this year, but he did come in here last year, late season, and I'm hoping that he's starting to make that transition back over here for the food. Fingers crossed he pops out tonight. We also have a fairly decent chance at seeing Lane or Tiki. And being that it's November 29th, I'm going to hunt tomorrow, possibly Monday afternoon, and then it'll be shut down until late muzzy. So I would love to take one of those bucks down if I can, if I get a shot at him with the bow here tonight. So right now it's probably mid-20s with an east-southeast wind, which is a pretty weird wind for a snowstorm. But we've got that wind cutting back across the park to the river, which is not a perfect wind for this setup, but it's good enough. I'm hoping most of the deer will work their way out just straight to the beans and not go out along the river. And it's going to switch to a northwest right after dark here, so my fingers are crossed it'll hold steady for the hunt. We don't have a lot of setups that cover a southeast to a northwest, obviously. We had 2 does out in the plot when we got here. We were able to sneak into the blind with them out in the field. this sets up nice for that. We got this dike that we walk up behind, and the ladder sits right on the dike, so we can pop up in the blind and not disturb them. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the hunt. We got probably 2.5 hours to go, and if that early movement's any indication, hopefully the field starts filling up here pretty soon.
last 20 minutes. It's been a good hunt so far. Seen around 20 deer in this bean plot. They're all staying down at the south end of it. all over that other blind, kind of in both fingers. And then I could see another 10 or so in this bean plot. None of the shooters have shown up. We just had our first buck come through the pinch and pop out right here. Looks like a 2 or 3 year old. Hopefully something happens here in the next 20 minutes. Certainly if anything good does, we'll show it to you. You see the